I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of spring games and a lot of them. That was as entertaining of a spring game. It actually looked like a football game. There was drama. There were storylines. What was your takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, the takeaway is, man, we talked about it in the pregame, game situations, right? Yes. You saw the different game situations going on there, and it seemed to be that they handled each and every bit of it very, very well. I mean, especially Arch Manning. We sat here and talked about it. Game-winning drive? Are we going to see a Arch Manning game-winning? Well, The only problem was he scored a little too early. But other than that, man, it was exciting. I just hate that these fans have to wait another hour to get my autograph.
It's going to be a while. That's okay. That's why the lines are starting to form right now. You can get it. The fact that you were charging so much is impressive. But right from the jump, we saw just a bunch of explosions, just a bunch of fireworks. And, again, you want everybody to stay healthy, B-Rob, but this offense does not look like it has missed a step.
No, not at all. I mean, when you look at it, and even the guys that were able to step up, DeAndre Moore had a big day today. Ryan Wingo, a young freshman, had a huge day today. Isaiah Bond showed out today. And, of course, you look at the quarterbacks, not only Arch Manning, but Trey Owens. Trey Owens had a really good day today as well. So this offense was definitely clicking today.
Let's talk about Arch, because we're going to have to, right? This was going to be the strategy going in, right? It was Quinn Ewers, play a couple of series, and all of a sudden hand the ball and really the team over to 16. You looked at me a couple of times with an interesting look, B-Rob. What was that look that you gave me when watching Arch Manning today?
Well, it was a playful look like, hey, we might have a little – listen.
Don't say the word. Don't say it.
There is not a quarterback controversy.
Okay.
But if you are a Texas fan and you watched Arch Manning today, you feel really good about – the opportunity of if Quinn goes down, which we've seen the last 2 years.
That's correct.
If he does, you feel really good that if Arch gets the opportunity, we could win a few games. And if you're a Texas fan, that's got to make you feel really good, because not only do you have QB1, but you've got QB2 that in a lot of schools across the country could be QB1.
This reminds me of when I covered Alabama for the SEC Network, watching Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa go back and forth every day in practice. It was Jalen Hurts until second half of the national championship game. Tua Tagovailoa came in, and sure enough, they end up winning the Natty. And then ultimately they backed each other up the next year, and it worked out well as well. So I think that's where we start, okay? Yep. Quinn, right from the jump, throws a kind of funny interception at that point. Doesn't seem, I mean, it's still his job.
Yep.
But the throws, the pocket presence that Arch had today, how much did it stand out to you?
It stood out a lot. I mean, we had a lot of questions because you just didn't get to see enough of Arch last year to really know, is he the guy? Could he be the guy down the road? Well, after watching this today, Arch Manning put his best foot forward. He has made it clear that if something happens, I can come in, I can step up, and I can keep and hold down this football team. I can play within this offense, whether it's the first team wide receivers, whether it's second team wide receivers. It doesn't matter. You saw that he has been able to come in and acclimate himself to this offense, and that he is the guy down the road. Now, once again, I go back and I say, listen, this is Quinn's offense. Quinn is going to be starter day one. He is going to do this. The one thing you love about this is that Arch comes from a lineage where they understand that you don't have to step on campus day one and be the guy.
Eli really didn't do it. Peyton
you just have to
Absolutely.
be the guy when you get the opportunity. And that's all you saw out of Arch today. Is he got his opportunities, he went out and made the best of it.
The numbers were pretty impressive. You go back and look at it again, unofficial stats, but pretty darn close to it as we were able to catch it. It looks to be about 19 of 26 for some 350-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, of course, the late interception on the Hail Mary. But that's going to be the storyline. Listen, I've already seen it trending over on Twitter. Yep. That's going to be everybody at ESPN.com is going to have it. There'll be a million different podcasts launched to it. You'll get 100 texts about it, about Arch Manning and his performance today. But it's interesting about Sark. He had an opportunity to change this roster, right, and put whatever roster and line up. One team was going to have orange, one team was going to have white. He decided not to pair Quinn versus Arch. He wanted to have them both on the same team because he knew Quinn was only going to play a couple amount of series. But this was what was going to happen. Somebody was going to take the majority of the snaps. And then now you have a guy that looked incredibly well doing it. And really, I thought with him and Ryan Wingo, there was just a little bit of we saw Ryan Wingo have a good day on the other side. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be talking about this.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to have that talk. I mean, especially in the offseason, right? You're going to have people that are going to make up that storyline. But here's what I say. Competition breeds success.
Agreed.
Right? When you've got two is better than one. There is a lot of teams in NCAA right now that wishes they had either one of these guys.
Maybe three of them.
Maybe three of them. Because Trey Owens had a really good day. And here's the deal. Trey Owens is going to get overshadowed by a lot of this just because the media is going to take this. They're going to run with it. But Trey Owens had a really good day today. And when you look at that, to have not one, not two, but possibly three quarterbacks that could play on game day, that is a great problem to have. And it's also a testament of Sarkisian and what he has done along the way to here to Texas is quarterbacks want to play for Sark.